There's this weird moment in your 20s where it feels like everyone else is evolving into relationships and you're just out here grinding solo. One friend's getting engaged, another just moved in with someone they met 5 months ago, and you're still wondering if that Hinge conversation from last week is down to meet up. But the thing is, being single in your 20s is actually like choosing to grind on your own terms. Because you know rushing into the first gym battle just to keep up with others isn't actually growth. Everyone's chasing some kind of badge, but we're chasing different ones. So while you're just out here grinding XP in the tall grass, wondering if you're falling behind, you're just on a different path. And here's the truth they don't tell you. Being single isn't a delay, it's part of your evolution. There's this unspoken rule that by 25 you should have had your first serious relationship, maybe even lived with someone, and maybe even locked down the quote-unquote one. But who made that rule? It feels like a gym leader yelling, "You must be in a relationship to earn this badge." Except you're not quite ready for that yet. Or maybe you don't even want it right now. And that's valid. Not getting into a relationship doesn't mean that anything's wrong with you. It means that you're figuring out what you actually want. I didn't have a girlfriend for most of my 20s, but I didn't hate it. I didn't think I was unlovable. In fact, I had decided that I'd rather stay single than be in something that didn't feel genuinely right. That said, I dated a lot, like way more than the average guy, but I wasn't looking to be in a relationship. I was figuring out what I actually valued in a partner, what kind of dynamic I wanted, what traits truly mattered to me. And while all that was going on, I was leveling up in other areas too, like taking good care of my body, launching hobby and business projects, going deep into photography, which later earned me a solid 5-figure side income while working full-time. I've also been starting multiple YouTube channels, and I think most importantly, I've been learning to sit with myself and ask, what do I really want? I was building a roster, not just of skills, but of emotional resilience, personality traits, and preferences. I became the kind of person I actually like to hang out with. And once I felt like I'd evolved enough, that I wasn't looking for someone to complete me, but someone who'd add on to an already fulfilling life, that's when I decided to go all in on dating. And not so long after that, I met my girlfriend. So being single actually gave me the space to become the kind of person I actually liked hanging out with. It's easy to look at your so-called rivals and think you're behind. Especially now when social media has given you not one rival but hundreds of rivals to compare yourself to. Every scroll contains a badge you haven't unlocked yet, a couple's anniversary, a "we just moved in together" post. Of course you feel behind. You're comparing your journey to someone else's highlight reel. But rivals are just on different routes. Maybe they rushed to the third gym, while you chose to explore side quests. You focused on leveling up the parts of yourself that don't show up in a highlight reel. You practiced patience, you got clear on your values, you learned to delay gratification. Everyone's comparing timelines, but life isn't linear. Some evolve early and burn out, while some peak late and dominate. It's not about who gets there first, it's about showing up properly when it actually counts. And let's be real, there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. Being alone, when it's intentional, is powerful. Some of the most meaningful growth happens when you're off the grid and off the radar. That's when you learn how to enjoy your own company, how to structure your life around your energy and not someone else's, and how to find peace without needing constant stimulation. You're not broken for being single, you're just focused. Not every season needs a co-op mode. Sometimes you need a solo quest to sharpen your tools for when that person does come along, because you probably don't want to enter your next relationship underleveled. There's something powerful about showing up to love as a competent trainer, with your team built, with your values known, and with emotional stability. Being single isn't just a waiting room, it's part of your training arc, so that when the right battle comes, you're not guessing your moves, you're ready. And here's the thing, once you are in a relationship, the real learning starts. That's been my experience in my current relationship. It's my first quote-unquote real relationship, and man, there's been so many tiny skills to learn that no one prepares you for. Stuff that's made me grow a lot as a person, and stuff that's made me want to walk away a couple of times, because it felt too heavy and too unfamiliar. But that's when I reflected and realized that's just what growth always feels like at first. It's like any other skill. Occasionally you hit a dip, not because something's wrong, but because you haven't learned the framework yet. And once I did, everything got lighter. And even better, those relationship skills, they translated into other areas of my life too. So yeah, when the time comes, you're entering a whole new league. It's challenging, but very well worth it. And let's say it doesn't work out. Let's say you get dumped. You're single again, now in your late 20s or early 30s. Cool. You just get to evolve another time. Build something even better. You've done it before, right? You'll do it again. But here's the secret. You win either way, so take your time. Don't rush the batch. Do the groundwork and build your foundation. If you meet someone young and it clicks, fantastic, go all in. If not, stay single, build yourself, and learn who you actually are. Either path leads to evolution. Just don't skip your own training arc. And try not to let stories of friends and what you see on social medias derail you. Yeah, some nights might suck when you're single. You see your friends cuddling on couches with their partner, you scroll through couple posts, you wonder if you're just broken. But this is my reminder to you that you're not. You're just between wild encounters. Some of the most meaningful growth comes when there's no one to impress. And that's when you learn how to hold your own hand, how to process failure alone, how to catch peace without needing a Pokeflute. And the hard truth here is that loneliness doesn't mean something's wrong with you. It just means you're human in the tall grass, looking for the right companion, not the first Zigzagoon that shows up. I know it might not feel like progress when you've been single for a while and you feel like the dating game is rigged, but every time you choose growth over numbing out, that's evolution. So drop your biggest single in your 20s lesson in the comments. Let's build a player's guide for the rest of the trainers still grinding out here. And hey, if this helped, hit that like button, or send it to someone who needs to know they're not behind, that they're just on a different route. See you in the next one.